This is Artems.ai. What matters in tech and beyond. We have spent the last few years obsessed with the size of AI models, but the conversation is shifting from how big the brain is to how we actually steer it during a task. There is a fundamental misunderstanding in AI development called the control at the beyond problem. We tend to blame a model's capacity when it hallucinates or drifts, but the real issue is often the lack of a formal control layer at inference time. Project Cogniconsole is trying to prove this by treating control as a programmable object. By using decision ladders and bounded reasoning, they can stabilize behavior without changing a single model parameter. This becomes critical in long horizon tasks. New benchmarks show that frontier agents often fail, not because they lack the skill, but because they cannot budget their time. 79% of unresolved runs, and simply because the clock runs out before the agent can verify its own progress. Steering these agents with high precision comes with a staggering price tag. We are seeing a trend of token max casing where companies throw massive prompts at models to force reliability. A recent Gartner report warns that by 2028, the cost of running AI agents could actually exceed the average global salary of the developers they are meant to assist. This financial volatility is echoing in the hardware sector. Memory makers like Micron and SK Hynix are riding a wild roller coaster. Their valuations surged on the AI boom, but they are now facing a sharp correction as the market questions if the productivity gains can actually justify the compute spent. While the tech world fights over compute costs, Wall Street is fighting over the rails of ownership. The Securities Transfer Association over synthetic ones, the distinction is huge. An issuer-sponsored token is a real share recorded in an official register. A synthetic token is just a wrapper that exposes you to the price of a stock without giving you actual ownership or voting rights. This is a battle for the source of truth. If the SEC allows synthetic models to dominate, we risk a fragmented market where the legal relationship between a company and its investors is completely severed. This struggle for structural control extends far beyond financial ledgers and into physical geography. President Trump recently announced a plan to take control of the Strait of Hormuz and impose a 20% fee on all cargo passing through. It is a move of absolute leverage over global oil and trade. We see a similar pattern of opaque power in the domestic sphere with the Department of Government Efficiency. DOJ has carried out a massive restructuring of the federal government, yet the administration is working to ensure that almost no records of these actions ever see the light of day. It is about removing transparency to maximize the power of the controller. Today's through line is the transition from growth to control. We see it in AI, where scaling is no longer enough and we need structured inference. We see it in finance, where the fight is over who controls the registry of ownership. And we see it in geopolitics, where leverage is exerted through the control of critical bottlenecks. The era of unconstrained expansion is ending. Now, the real value is found in whoever can most effectively manage the constraints. This was the Artems.ai. Agent tune in tomorrow.